I like to know that the people in Yu-Gi-Oh actually take care of their characters, or hey, maybe that person that flew out of the fucking the whole road right now and went into a fucking skyscraper, maybe we should check on her body. Now let's play children card games on motorcycles. Who would do that? I don't know, every normal sensible human being on the fucking planet would do that, apart from Yu-Gi-Oh. So yeah, that was a bit of a strange episode. It's just like how like no one generally came to Yuzu's help apart from a certain individual who was, you know, a third party in the search saying. It's like, really? Like no one's there gonna like, surely it's just like no one wants to check out, hey, maybe we should check on the body because that might have been some place that someone worked at. No, it just happened to be an empty skyscraper. You know, just happened to be there with loads of fucking motorcycles in there and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, I guess everyone's always at the tournament just watching it, like, it's like, my buildings be fine, you know, it's just fine, like, it's just saying that, it's just, no, we're gonna go straight into, like, you know, Shinji, like, and the whole Yuya match, like, right now, which, you know, using his B-Force and all that, and it's just like, there were just so many times in this episode, it's just like, dude, we get it, the tops, the commons, you know, justice, revolution, it's just like, I'm kind of at this point now, because he wasn't like that at the start, now he's just like, this whole whiny little bitch thing, like, when Yuya had his own little whiny bitch arc for a while, he wasn't even this bad, he's like, oh, the revolution and the tops in the comments, it's like, dude, shut the fuck up, we get it already, Jesus Christ, it's like, justice and all that, we fucking get it, man, like, whoo. And even seeing that, it's like, he knows that he's going against a half-baked opponent, he's like, oh, I'm just going to cheat my way through this, I'm just going to, you know, quickly go through this, or, you know, quickly like that. And, like, his deck, from what we saw, it was a lot different what I was expecting, because it does, like, quite a bit of the effect damage, like, he kept being, I believe there was, like, 200 points of damage that they dealt, like, every time they summoned, and then they had, like, a trap card, like the Bee's Nest, which, like, negates it, you can use it twice, and you get to special summon another one of these guys, and it ends the battle phase, which is a pretty useful card when you think about it, because then you're like, oh yeah, 200, 200, and then it also as well, he used it, like, he Synchro summoned, I believe it was like called Ashura or something like that, it was like this 2200 level 5 monster, Synchro summoned it, which doubles effect damage, yeah, fucked up Yuya's cards, and it took, because since he summoned, like, I believe on his turn he summoned, like, Silver Claw, and he also summoned the Tiger Warrior thing as well, which is the one 1700, and obviously he had, you know, Silver Claw, which is the 1800 attack point one, and obviously he wasn't really paying too much attention, and it was pretty near game over for him. He wasn't paying attention. If it wasn't for Sora trying to grab his attention, saying, hey, you right, mate? Like that, just waving at, like, just jumping from building to building like fucking his name was Naruto or something. He was doing that like fucking as good as Naruto was, Jesus Christ. Like, and waving like, oh, I've got Yuzu's helmet, which could either mean two things, to be fair. A, I've got your bitch, she's gonna die, or two, she's okay. Luckily, you know, you kind of trust Sora on this part, saying he's alright, and I think Sora as well is that he generally does care for like all the characters and all that. He just has his own beliefs, and you know, orders are orders. You know, Academia is asking for, you know, to take the princesses and all that, like all the dimensions and stuff. So you know, you kind of got to do that. So I can't believe how easily Sora trusted this guy when the guy had a rape face and he was nearly killing motherfuckers last time. I mean, hey, you know, he seems like a good kid, you know, just, so, I don't know, like, either, like, Sora's changed from that time, he just generally cares about Yuzu and thinks, you know, I want to take good care of her, she's a friend of mine, and Sora as well, or, like, you know, with Yuya, it's like, you know, it's there, but, you know, Yuya managed to pull around by getting, like, I believe it was, like, the Time Swordsman, like, a magician, which was pretty goddamn sick. It was, like, a 1400 attack point monster that had, I believe it was I think it had 1400 attack points, it was a level 3, because like the pendulum scale they had was like you could summon stuff from like 3 to 5 on the scale, and from what he had on there, it was like it had 1400 attack points, but when it's pendulum summoned, which you can keep bringing it back, by the way, every time it's pendulum summoned and all that, it may differ if it comes from the hand or from like just pendulum summoned in general, but it gets 2800 attack points, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's a lot. Honestly, like with all the magicians and all that, like on the searching of the spellcast and all that, like you could easily just do some shit like, oh, bring out the 2 magicians, run it so I can search the spellcasters in my deck and all that, just easily done. And it even has like a a small amount. So you could use like a spell card like Dark Illusion, because it was like a dark attribute, I believe. So you can just bring it out easily, and it's just like, boom, a 2800 beat stick just right there. It's just fuck people up, and it's just like all you really need is just like a scale from like what, really, just the 3. Like you can easily get that. Just run like 1 and 8s and just like high scales in your decks and all that. Like, it's just an easy card to pull out. And from what we saw at the end of the episode, because you know Yuya was able to take care of like the Synchro monster, stop the big effects happening, and he's now got the 3 Bs and stuff. And we see from that how it goes. Next week's episode, we're finally going to see Yuya Synchro summon, so I'm really excited to see that on that portion of the episode. That looks pretty exciting, because we saw like the Tuna Magician, which, you know, has 0 defense, and obviously it doesn't seem like it's going to have the whole thing, and it's like, I kind of like how like Yuya's kind of pulling the Yugi Moto thing by saying like, oh yeah, my deck has no weak cards, they all have a, you know, use and all that. Like, I kind of like he's doing that, but overall, it was good. Like, the resolution stuff kind of started grinding my gears a bit throughout the end. Also, you saw from this, like, it was getting on my nerves for a while. And, like, not to mention as well, like, I did notice the animation kind of dunked a real little bit throughout this episode. But other than that, it was solid. I'd give this like a 7, like a straight up 7 out of 10. I thought it was a really good episode. I really was enjoying the duel. It was nice to see Sora return and everything. But yeah, some of the stuff in the thing kind of made no sense, or it was like really retarded, or just like how quick like Yuya really trusts Sora a little bit too much with his friend's life after everything that happened, you know. Emotions are a bit high, I thought, after that, but no, apparently, you're right, I trust you with Yuzu and everything, you know, it's fine. Or it's a certain situation it is, but overall, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But that's all from me, so thank you very much for watching as always, and I will see you guys next time.